welcome to Seattle Refined in our special TGIF edition. I'm Gard Swanson. Coming up, Roseanne got the axe, but could the show go on for the rest of the cast? We have the latest buzz from Hollywood. Plus, it's an I-5 shutdown, and everyone is freaking out. Our Hot Topic panel is ready to weigh in. And now we've seen everything, the gross flavored ice cream that really might make you scream. It's Friday, so let's get things kicked off the way we always do with some hot topics. Here to weigh in on this week's water cooler stories are Tammy Mutasa and Patrick Quinn. You guys ready to go?
Yeah, hey,
let's do it. Now, I know you're a veteran of the show. Patrick, you're a rookie here, buddy.
We'll just have to see how this goes.
All right.
I'm pumped, though.
Let's go. Let's get this rock and rolling. All right, our first hot topic, of course, is Roseanne. In a stunning move, ABC canceled the hit sitcom this week after racist tweets from its star. But have we seen the last of the Connor clan? There is a push from fans to bring back Dan, Aunt Jackie, and the rest of the cast in a Roseanne spinoff. What do you guys think? Will it work? Because this thing just really imploded this week.
You know, I say give it a shot. Why not? The cast shouldn't be punished because Roseanne said some horribly disgusting things, but there's so much talent there, so why not? I mean, they could just make up a plot line like she went to therapy.
But you think it's going to work? It's kind of like having Meredith Grey leave, you know, Grey's Anatomy. It ain't going to work.
They could make it work without her. They can just come up with another plot line.
I don't think so.
So looking into this, the writers, it's all about the writing team. Sure, Roseanne is the name, but behind the scenes, structuring the show was all about the writers, and they're hoping to keep it together in the rest of the cast. And clearly it was working before. They're hoping to mimic it and just kind of remove this isolated piece.
But it's the big star.
I know. They could make up another plot line. Like she went somewhere or disappeared.
You say Grey's Anatomy. I feel like they do that for hospital shows all the time.
Yeah.
We do little side shows.
Yeah, but if Meredith left Grey's Anatomy, it would not be the same.
I mean...
But Dr. Dreamy or Mr. Dreamy, whatever he was, he left. McDreamy.
McDreamy, okay.
And the show went on, but Meredith was still there.
Yeah,
all right, let's move on.
See.
Our next hot topic, a PSA for anyone who has travel plans this weekend. All northbound lanes of I-5 will be closed from the West Seattle Bridge to Olive Way. And you know what that means? It's going to be nasty out there when it comes to traffic. Is this going to change your plans? Look at this. We see this too often. Oh, I'm sick of traffic.
This is going to be a nightmare. We covered this, and like it was one lane that was shut down, and it was still horrendous. Like I can't even imagine what it's going to be like.
I know you guys are out as reporters. You get stuck in traffic all the time, and now you got this guy.
It's brutal. And I just moved to West Seattle, and so I'm trying to get comfy, cozy. I'm trying to get some final pieces of furniture in the house, and I'm not leaving the house this week.
Yeah, you're screwed.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm walking to the store.
I'm so sick of the traffic. All right, our next hot topic. Upstream Music Festival begins today. Over 200 artists are performing, including headliners Miguel, Jawbreaker, and the Flaming Lips. If you can get through traffic, are you guys going to come and see these guys? What do you think?
We were actually just talking about, after coming off Memorial Day, you're a little bit tired through the beginning of the week.
Yeah.
Now I'm about ready for a pick-me-up, you know, just to kind of shake off some of the dust from last weekend.
Come on, you millennial. Pump it up. Let's go.
I'm getting old, Gard. This looks awesome.
It does. It looks really cool.
Yeah, Upstream, they got some really cool acts that come in, and it's kind of fun because you'll see a band and you go, oh yeah, I know those guys, and they blow up, you know, in a year. And this is the second year for Upstream, so you can really kind of get a good seat with new bands that are coming up. It's a fun festival. Our next hot topic, Russell Wilson and Sierra want Portland to have a Major League Baseball team. News came out today that the Seahawks quarterback and his pop star wife are investing in the so-called Portland Diamond Project. Apparently, Wilson also plans to sign on as a minority owner once Portland lands an MLB team. The news shocked a lot of people because they're thinking, hey, this is a Seattle guy. Now he wants to take a professional franchise and down to Portland.
I mean, but he loves baseball, right? So it's like his passion. So why not? I mean,
I think all sports, he's a competitor. He's been really involved in trying to get an NBA team back here. So now him linked to a baseball team, it makes sense. He knows the game. He knows the structure, GM's front office, on the field attitudes. Yeah, there's a little bit of why you're dealing with Portland, especially if we're rivals. We'll cross that bridge maybe when we get there.
Well, that's what, and then you got Paul Allen too. You know, he owns the Trailblazers, he owns the Seahawks, and there's no junk there. So I don't know. I don't have a problem with it.
Big fan base.
I think more baseball for the Northwest is.
I agree. Yeah. All right. Our next hot topic: Game 1 of the NBA Finals. I don't know if you folks saw this last night, but this is a big-time blunder.
Absurd.
J.R. Smith had a chance to win it, but instead he decides to run out the clock in the first game of the NBA Finals last night against the Warriors. Here it is right here. Right there, he gets the rebound. Could have gone up, but he decides to run the clock out, and it goes to overtime. The Cavs eventually lost in overtime. LeBron and the gang there are going, what's going on? Dude, what are you doing? Can you believe that?
Did you see the memes of LeBron, like...
The post-game press conference, when every player was asked, what was J.R. Smith doing? I mean, Steph Curry, KD, whoever answered it, LeBron, they were all just like, we don't know. We don't know what he would. People were saying he didn't know the score, he didn't know the situation. Why was he holding on to the ball? I mean, like, what was going through J.R. Smith's head is one of the biggest questions out there.
From what I heard, J.R. Smith thought there was a timeout, and he wanted to get out of the mix in the middle, and then call timeout, but he didn't call the timeout.
On the biggest stage, when Cleveland needs to steal a game in Golden State, and this is what you do in the final waning seconds.
Whatever, I don't care. I just want Golden State to win because KD is my boy, so whatever. I'm like, go for it.
It's kind of like passing on the 1-yard line in the Super Bowl instead of like giving the ball off.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, I know, you like that? All right, our next hot topic. Maverick is back in the cockpit. Tom Cruise announced the start of production on Top Gun 2 with this photo of him in his flight suit. It's been 32 years since the release of Top Gun. Are you guys excited about this? I absolutely love this movie. Loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it. The original, I don't know about, I haven't seen, obviously, the two.
I hate to say, I haven't seen it.
What?
It came out when I was like 1. I'm sorry.
You haven't seen the original?
Come on.
Come on, Tammy.
Guys,
okay.
I will. I mean,
avoid I-5 traffic, stay at home, and watch,
it looks like it'd be really cool, though. I mean,
You're
it's
the
Tom
only
Cruise.
person, I bet, in this Como building that has not seen Top Gun.
Don't say that. I'm sure
I'm
going to
say it again. You're the only person. Come on. How do you not see Top Gun?
That's not true. It came out 32 years ago. I wasn't born.
That's not a reason.
You like the movie, right?
Okay, here's a hot take. I love old Tom Cruise. I can't stand new Tom Cruise.
What?
So
I'm kind of with you on this. I'm kind of with you on
Tom
that.
Cruise
Top
is hot
Gun was
at any
great.
age. That's why I'm going to watch it anyway.
He still looks good.
Ever since he stood on that couch, it just went downhill for me.
I think you're right.
So this is going to be a bad movie.
You guys are haters.
There's a hot
No,
take
it's
for you.
not.
And sometimes
No.
remakes don't work. Sometimes reboots do for sitcoms, but sometimes they just they don't work.
It's true.
All right. Our next hot topic, it is the power of teamwork. I love this story. A youth football team from Boise, Idaho came across an accident on a highway in Oregon and jumped into action. Here's some of the video right here. The team banded together to lift a car off a trapped woman and also tended to her injured husband. This is just heroics. Look at these guys. These guys are muscle-bound guys right here. This is nothing.
That is amazing.
This is awesome.
Those kids were raised well. That's awesome.
Look at them lifting that car right there.
I know. It's just good to know people like that exist.
Just when you
help
think you're feeling bad about the future and what's coming, and then you see this.
That's amazing.
This is fantastic.
I say take some of the two-a-days away from their summer workouts.
And make them lift cars.
No, I'm just saying they should be applauded for this. So maybe don't make them run and
Yeah, that's
I love
amazing.
that.
Really, really cool. Our next hot topic, the buff cat taken on the internet by storm. This furry guy with the swole shoulders was first spotted on the streets of Montreal.
That cat is creepy.
Look at that guy. It's blowing up on the internet right now. Look at this. This is a one big fat cat. But I don't, he's not fat. He's like muscular, right?
yeah.
He's huge.
Yeah.
He's huge.
It's like the LeBron James of cats.
What?
Yeah.
Someone on the internet called it a kit bull.
It looks a little bit like a bull.
Huge. I would run if
I'd
I
run,
saw
yeah.
that.
Get one of those
You don't
flags
wanna
out
pet
there.
that cat. No.
It looks like a bobcat. Have you seen a bobcat before?
Yeah.
They're like a little bit bigger than a domestic cat, but they're real
Yeah.
mean and wild. It looks kind of like a bobcat.
Oh no, stay away from that guy.
That cat was buff, no question about it. Our next hot topic, the most popular food on Instagram, Cheetos Ice Cream.
Gross.
Nope.
Made by a New York ice cream shop. It's cheese puff infused soft serve coated with Cheetos dust. That looks terrible. I don't know if I would try that. I'm not sure. I'm not a big Cheetos guy, but
Would definitely not try that.
you don't like that?
I feel like no one under the age of 15 likes Cheetos, but
But
especially
I
on
love Cheetos, but with ice cream, come on, that's weird.
It is, isn't it?
Like, no, who's gonna eat that?
Not me.
How do people come up with this stuff?
I think
always
people
wonder
try to
that.
do weird stuff just to kind of catch people, don't you
that
think?
unicorn drink, that we had a couple years ago. Was that last year?
That was at Starbucks, right?
Frappuccino or something.
Too much sugar, though.
Yeah, that was
sad.
nuts. And now we're getting into Cheetos.
But they sold out. That was sold out everywhere.
Right. This
People
will
like
probably
their
sell out,
sugar.
too. You're right.
All right,
I
Tammy,
love the
Patrick,
Cheetos.
thank you for joining us on Hot Topics.
Yeah,
nice job, rookie.
Thank
You
you.
did well today. All right, have a good weekend. All right, our friend Seth Wayne from Como News is something of a travel expert, and now he's sharing his secrets with the masses. Seth is the host of a new travel show premiering Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock on Como Radio. The show focuses on local, domestic, and international travel, everything from cruises to staycations. Make sure to listen and then tune in to Refined next Friday when Seth will be here on the set with us to talk about travel deals we all wish we can get, and now we can. Seattle Refined is just getting started. Coming up, it's a powerful new movie set to take SIFT by storm. Leave No Trace features some serious acting talent, and it's set right here in the Northwest. We'll sit down with the film's Oscar-nominated writer and producer when we come back.
Feel safe living with your dad?
We didn't need to be rescued.
Your dad needs to provide you shelter and a place to live.
He did.
But it's illegal to live on public land.
That's a scene from the compelling new drama Leave No Trace, playing tonight and this weekend at the Seattle International Film Festival. Welcome back to Seattle Refined. I'm Gard Swanson. Leave No Trace is a powerful new drama set right here in the Northwest. It's about a father suffering from PTSD who chooses to raise his young daughter in the woods outside of Portland, Oregon, isolated from society. And joining us today is Oscar-nominated producer and screenwriter Ann Rossellini. You know what's cool about you sitting right here? You're a Ballard lady and you're a big-time filmmaker, and you're on our set today. Thank you for coming in.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Let's talk a little bit about the movie. It's a little bit dark.
Yeah.
Why did you go that direction?
Oh, wow. I guess we are, as filmmakers, sort of drawn to stories that we think maybe don't usually get put up on screen. And even though it is dark, you know, there are no guns, there are no murders, there are no grisly deaths,
Right.
you know, and so to us, dark is maybe, you know, emotionally complex.
So this movie's inspired by a true story. What kind of research goes into this? Because you have to have all your ducks in a row to make sure everything's correct.
Yes, well, it was inspired by a true story, but it was also based on a novel written by Portland author Pete Rock. And so really the research that we did was to work with the community down in Portland. We were going to be casting a lot locally and working locally with the crew down there. So I think a lot of the research was about like embedding ourselves in the Portland scene and trying to you know, integrate, you know, like with actual communities, like for instance, the 4-H club. Those are real kids from there, and we've sort of filmed their club happening.
And it seems like everything was perfectly cast. Was that difficult? Because I know you wanted to go after locals, right?
Yeah, yes. I mean, well, casting Tom was one of the hardest parts because not many people know that, but she's from New Zealand, and so the lead kind of came far away, but everybody else was mostly local, and Portland has an amazing wealth of actors and non-actors, because we use both.
And I think it's so important. We talked a little bit about just getting the word out for documentaries and bringing in local people for that, and getting the word out that we can do some cool stuff up here in the Northwest.
Yeah, oh yeah, we were really excited to make a film in the Northwest, and this takes place in a rainforest environment, which we thought just seemed really special. Yeah.
And there's not really a villain in this story. And I don't want to give the movie away, but there's not really a villain. There's a lot of people just trying to connect and make things happen.
Yeah. I mean, the unseen villain is maybe society and what kind of restraints society puts on people and their choices in terms of how they want to live. Yeah.
And would you say this movie has a lot to do with just bringing out with a PTSD and just the awareness, and that people need to recognize this in every community across the country?
Absolutely. I think that we think a lot about, and we did a documentary before this, you know, that vets carry the invisible, you know, scars of war, and they're kind of left holding the bag, you know, decades after wars have ended or not. So this is this is sort of an attempt to get at a little bit of that content. Yeah.
Well, this is really cool. I'm sure you're excited about tonight and the big release. This is really, thank you very, very much for joining us today.
Thank you. Thanks.
All right, Ann Rossellini, she is one hot director, producer, a triple threat when it comes to making films. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
All right, Leave No Trace plays tonight and tomorrow as part of SIFF and opens in wide release a little bit later this month. Coming up, it's farm fashion, whether you prefer vintage glam or cowgirl chic. The annual Farm Chicks Vintage and Handmade Fair has something for everyone. We'll give you a preview of the fun when we come back. Welcome back to Refined. I'm Gard Swanson. If you love antiques and unusual items straight from the farm, you're going to want to head east of the mountains this weekend for the annual Farm Chicks Vintage and Handmade Fair. And as Refined's Malia Karlinski discovered, it's also a hotbed for farmyard fashion.
Visiting the Farm Chicks show, there is literally a ton of cool stuff to see. 300 vendors pack the Spokane Fairgrounds, filling the space with everything handmade and vintage. We're talking about the rusty, the kitschy, the old, and the unusual. But there's something else that's almost as much fun as shopping the show. It's checking out the fabulous fashions. Boots, flirty skirts, and cowboy hats are just the start. Many Farm Chicks fans wait all year long to show off their one-of-a-kind looks.
I love your guys' outfits, okay?
Thank you.
Why do you dress up for the Farm Chicks?
This is kind of like our annual thing we do every single year. She comes clearly from Chicago.
Oh my gosh.
And this is our 5th year, I think. And we do something different every year, just for fun. I mean, we just wait all year long.
What do you guys call this style?
This year, we were going for the little apron look this year. I don't know what, we were just kind of inspired. Then we made our little hair things, and we're just kind of, we wing it.
Can you turn around so I can see your hair thing? Oh my gosh. That is so cool.
Right. Yeah.
Was there some wine involved with that?
There was. There always is. Before.
Okay, you came all the way from Chicago for the Farm Chicks. That's the heartland. But you're coming to Spokane. Why?
Well, I grew up here, and this has become such a tradition I can't miss it. So we still come back every year. We make some of the outfits, and we can't miss out.
Some Farm Chicks fashionistas prefer vintage glam over cowgirl chic.
Can you tell me about your outfit?
This is just a 60s dress that I found at a thrift store, along with my earrings.
So cute. Do you think you're going to spend some serious money here today?
I already did. I'm out. There's no more money left to spend.
Okay.
And then there's Barbara Cook. It wasn't enough for her to just create a cute outfit. She actually made a matching shopping cart to go with it.
Barbara, the outfit is amazing. Tell me what goes into this.
Well, we come to Farm Chicks every single year, and so every year we decide what we're going to wear. And so I just think it through for a few days, and then I made my cart to match what I was wearing.
You actually designed your cart to match your outfit.
I did.
Have you taken Farm Chicks to a whole new level?
I have. No.
Malia Karlinski, Seattle Refined.
The Farm Chicks Vintage and Handmade Fair is this Saturday and Sunday at the Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. And of course, you can always learn more on our website. Seattle Refined will be right back after this. We're just about finished with this episode of Seattle Refined. As we end the show, here are some of our favorite photos and moments of the week. Have a great Friday and a great weekend, everybody.